welcome back to another episode of Unglamorous Truths with the Downtown Girls. I'm Chandra.
I'm a Mebit.
I'm Crystal.
And today we're doing something really, really special, really, really weird, and we're doing it with a very, very, very special guest. You can see his stand-up on The Tonight Show, on The Late Late Show, and on Comedy Central. He's written for the ESPYs, the NFL Honors, Pot of Gold Records, and he wrote and acted on Sherman's Showcase. Hey. Rob Haze.
Hey. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Thanks for being here. So you guys know home. Today we're doing something new and strange. We're doing like our version of the Barbenheimer situation. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do 2 podcasts back to back. We're going to start with a little Unglamorous Truths. We're the Oppenheimer. Apparently that's how you should see those movies. Because we be getting serious and shit. We always like to start with a fun kickoff question. And so today's question is, if you created a bomb, what would you call it? No one here will because we're very fun people. But what would you call your bomb? Okay. And mine would be boom, bam, goddamn. The boom, bam, goddamn bomb.
Okay.
That's going to fuck them up, unless you know how I'm coming, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Goddamn.
Mm-hmm. Don't think too hard about it.
I mean, you know what
let your
came to
bomb
me?
hit.
Definitely opposite of that. Maybe because I've been watching rom-coms all week, but it was the love bomb.
Oh, that's nice.
It's the love
That's
bomb.
actually not a good thing.
You know? No, it's terrible. It's a tactic. But it sounds beautiful.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's still going to fuck them up, though. Yeah.
What about you guys?
Okay. Bomb's gonna have you messed up, probably not smelling right. So I'm gonna say the unbath bomb.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that.
Shit.
Bars?
Yeah. I wish I would have known this question.
I'm
Shit.
sorry.
The only thing that's coming in my head is fuck them up fast.
That's cute.
Okay.
All right, throw
Okay,
it in.
that's an
Go ahead,
explosion
go
for
ahead.
sure.
Unless
Yeah.
you know
Okay,
what
so
type of time
go ahead and say
you're
it.
on.
Go ahead and say it.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect.
Yeah, the fuck them up fast bomb.
I like that. That's good. Here we go. So today we're going to talk about multitasking.
Okay.
You are a multitasker.
Yeah. Not by choice.
No?
No, like
Never.
I didn't want to be a multi-hyphen. It's just the hyphen that I am passionate about doesn't want people to just do that. So it's like as a stand-up, everyone's like, all right, to make it in stand-up, you got to make it somewhere else to get people to watch you do stand-up. And so through that, I've been like, all right, let me figure out other hyphens, other things to do.
I completely feel that because we started out as just actors. Like, went to
Yep.
school for acting, like proper conservatory training, and then get out here like, you need to start writing. You need to start writing your own shit. And it's like, okay, what? And then now, like 10 years later, it's like, okay, we're proper writers. Like,
Yeah.
Right. And actually do better doing that than acting.
yeah,
Like,
found a lot of success in writing.
People be like, "Oh yeah, y'all cute and all, but like, what your voice is like dope though. I could see you writing for so and so and so and so." We're like, "Yes, but put me in though. I want to be in the show.
Right.
I want to be in
It's
it.
like, let me in.
Right.
Let me in."
And I feel like we've gotten to a point where sometimes like the writing overshadows the acting to a degree, where it's like you want to be seen more as an actor, and like people are now mostly seeing us as writers. Like, do you feel like people are more seeing you as like a staff writer than a stand-up, or do you feel like it's pretty equal? And acting too, because you're doing some of that as well.
I feel like I think when I do stand-up, people assume I'm a writer. Like a lot of times I'll do shows and then people afterwards are like, man, you're a great writer. And it's like, no, what about the performance though?
Right,
Like, what
right.
about how like my tonality? And they're like, nah, dog. Like, I could tell you be thinking at home, And so, like, I don't know. For me, I feel like as I get older, I see more of a lane for writing that might not, I think there's a window for stand-up. It's a bigger window than, say, an athlete would have, but still, there's a window there.
Yeah.
And when that window closes, I don't even know if I would want to be out there in the clubs and stuff.
That's what I was
Like,
just about to say, like, because I feel like probably at a certain point, too, that would get tiring, because y'all's hours are just like a beat down. Like, you never see no 10 a.m. stand-up, really.
no.
I mean, is it? Does that exist? No.
Maybe in the Zoom era, you were able to get that off in Japan somewhere, but like, yeah, normally it's at night, and no one's acting like you're working. People are like, hey, you want a drink?
Right.
You making a lot in drink tickets at first and stuff, and it's a lot of nightlife culture, and then it's kind of turning that into a commodity.
That actually makes me wonder, like, when you first started out in stand-up, was that super fun? And at what point did it become like, oh my God, this now feels like a job? Like, I'm tired. I don't necessarily want the drink. I just want to do my job and maybe get paid if we have paid tonight, and then go the fuck home. Like,
for me, I became like a monk for comedy. I was like, I'm not gonna drink.
Nice.
I'm like, when I get home, I'm watching late night. When I if I'm not on a show, I'm at a show. Mm-hmm. If I'm not, performing, I'm at the club. Like I was hardcore. I was writing in the mornings, watching all the sitcoms, just like I was hardcore about it. And I didn't drink for a long time. New York kind of broke me down. And then after a while, it was like, yeah, no, give me that drink. Yeah, that's where I found out what kind of drink I like and all that. Cause when I started in Atlanta, I was like sober, wasn't cursing on stage, was really just trying to make the purest jokes. Like I called it ankle weights. Like not cursing, not drinking, kind of sober life. Just really focused.
And what was it about New York that broke you?
Being broke. No, that money going away real quickly, and also just not having the going from being top dog somewhere to like a city that's like, all right, it's a lot of dogs here, and also you got to figure out how to eat, pay rent, all that stuff. So it's almost like, all right, if I'm gonna make a drink ticket tonight, I'm gonna make it worth my while.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you have a day job?
I had a few day jobs. When I first got out of school, I was a paid intern at CNN, and then
That's
that's a
incredible.
good
What?
one. Yeah,
What?
that's a good one.
I'm bar backing. Like, this nigga said a paid intern at CNN.
I needed something that was gonna get my parents to be like, all right, we'll leave them alone. We'll let them do comedy. So I knew like they need something to tell their friends that sound official.
Yes.
And then I'll be able, like they'll leave me alone. I'll be able to do stand up. And so then I got in this contest, this NBC stand up for diversity. And through that, I was a finalist in that. And then I got a college agent. I started doing colleges. Colleges pay like couple $1,000 for comedians to go and do a set. They had a college tour, so I didn't even have to do a whole hour. I was out there doing like 15, 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And so then I'm thinking, all right, I'm a full-time comedian. So I moved to New York. The tour is over. Now I'm on my own. Now I'm getting schools here and there, but not, the calendar's not filling up. And in my mind, I'm a full-time comic, end up getting a moving job, end up moving. Mm-hmm. And then, but that, I got Montreal at that time. Like I'm doing stuff and I'm still moving up in comedy.
Was it JFL?
Mm-hmm. JFL, yeah. I did 8 festivals in one year. Some of that college money I took and invested it into myself. So I applied to the festivals all over the country. I did the Great American Festival in Nebraska. I did Limestone in Indiana, Bloomington. I did Bridgetown in Portland. The Laughing Skull in Atlanta. I won that. And so I was just like doing comedy wherever.
Mm-hmm. And then thriving.
Every year I feel like I've grown and been able to do stuff, but also I feel like stand-up's a game where if you don't grow, if you don't do more stuff, then you lose opportunities, and that's opportunities kind of where you get to flourish and do your craft. So it's almost like you got to be hungry in order to get to do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, we did JFL in our early 20s, and like we were there for a TV pitch competition at the time, and it was cool because we were a finalist in that. It was an amazing time, very fun. They flew us out, but even though we had highlights like that, and it was definitely like lit. Once it's over, we're back in New York. And like back to the job and back to waitressing or God knows, I don't even know what. I think at that time I was working for Grubhub, not as a driver, like in their office, like Seamless Web, Grubhub, just like making sure people eat. And it can be a mind fuck for sure. But I don't know. I think when you're in your early 20s, that's the best time to be that level of delusional.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't worried about it. I was just like, well, this is what we doing.
What is there to worry about? Because it's also, it's like only you to worry about. So it's like if you go broke, like, who
Okay.
cares? I'm going home.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, Lord willing, you have a home to go to, but it's like.
And you have a longer runway. It's like, I can do this for like 10 plus years. But then when you do it for 10 years, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
life, like, it can't be put on
Yeah.
pause.
Right.
How does this translate into dollars?
Right, and looking 25 down the barrel and looking 40 down the barrel, that's a different look.
Yeah.
That's a different
Yeah.
Period. Yes. Okay, so first I want to know, what was your drink? Because you said you got a drink.
Okay. Whiskey ginger.
That's a good drink.
They only give us
Okay,
like
yeah.
well drinks, So then you just got to find out, okay, what that means. And then after a while, that became my drink, whiskey ginger.
Now, what drinks did you go through before you ended up there that you were like, no, fuck no?
I mean, I went to a party school, so I was used to just drink whatever they give you, Everclear,
Whoa.
Nigga.
vodka, Ciroc was popping, when Nouveau was out, it was like, all right, Incredible Hulk's Hypnotic in the Hennessy,
Where did you go to school?
I went to the University of Georgia.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I kind of knew that. I kind of knew that.
Go Dogs. Probably saw me posting something crazy because they won the championship back to back. So I was going hard a couple times.
Okay.
As you should.
Okay. Well,
Absolutely.
congratulations. We went to NYU. We don't have first off, with the Fighting Violets, so that can already,
Okay.
we're a flower. So
Okay,
Yeah.
but a feisty flower.
Right.
Yeah.
But that kind of sets you up for what kind of sporting program we have. It's not tough. Not at all.
No.
Okay, so how did you transition to starting to write?
Um,
how did you start staffing?
Well, being that guy that people perceive as a writer, my friend Leonard Oots, we both did Montreal together, and he was like, I'm gonna sell a show, you gonna write it. And like I would just go to Harlem, go to his house from Brooklyn, from like Bushwick, so like an hour and a half up and back, sometimes spend the night, but just like we would just work on writing and, watching different videos about pilots and stuff. And we ended up doing Adam Devine's house party together. And we got with Adam Devine and pitched him a show. He was like, we can take it to Comedy Central. We took it to Comedy Central. We took it to a bunch of people, and Comedy Central bought it. And so then, that was my first script deal. Now, I didn't realize how much they take out of that fee, how much goes to taxes, how much goes, because I'm thinking I'm on and popping.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like, after I sold that, I ended up getting with Dan Powell. We sold another show. So now I had like 2 shows I sold at the same time. I'm flying people out. I'm buying bottles. I'm acting a fool, not knowing, okay, half this money, has to go to taxes. You get you sold a show in L.A., you live in New York, you got to pay California tax, you got to pay New York tax.
And did you have representation at this point too?
I had
Oh
representation.
my God.
Forget about it.
I had a manager. I got my agent after selling the first show, so I don't think they took anything off the first show. But then the second show, they hooked that up. So yeah, that was like right before they got rid of packaging.
Right.
Um,
So that's 10-10. Did you have a lawyer?
I had a lawyer.
5.
That's 5.
25.
There we go.
Ooh.
And then yeah, so by the end of that, I'm doing DoorDash. You know, I'm working for the temp service. They have me answering phones at this high school in Red Hook, and at different companies, Target, Tommy Hilfiger, just wherever. I'm just answering the phones. My personality, I'm not the best receptionist person. People be real disappointed when they call, and then I'm answering like, yeah, Tommy Hilfiger, this is Rob. They're like, this don't sound right. This sounds like a scam.
Wait, now I know this is a pivot, but I didn't know that they had companies that multiple companies will hire like one person to answer phones for them. Like I thought, if I got somebody, they just work for Verizon.
No, this was just one at a time. It wasn't like I was answering the phones at
For
the
all
crib.
these people.
Yeah, I would have to go in the office and like let people in the door. That's really what my job was.
Okay.
Let people in the door and don't let them look whack trying to get out the door. Like make sure you hit the button so that when they hit the door, they don't look, like I'm in control, because I'm not. I'm just supposed to open the door. Yeah.
Got it.
So when did you move to LA?
I moved to LA in 2019.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was bi-coastal the first SHERMAN'S room, and like that was my first time like really being out here for an extended period of time, not a visit. And I was staying at my cousin's house, and like, my cousin let me borrow his car. Shout out to David. And like, yeah, I was just coming up, doing a room, leaving, doing shows, going back to Gardena.
Okay. Is there like a difference between like the stand-up scene in New York versus LA? Like what's it giving energy wise?
Everything is different. Like the way, like the audience is different, so the way comedians respond is different, or vice versa. Like audience in LA like to be played with. They like more silly things. They like things to be more acted out. They expect you to be able to act. They expect you to be able to like paint the entire picture. New York, they want the jokes. They want them fast. They don't care. They know what it is. They're not like, oh, no, you got to trick me. No. Where are the jokes? Do you have them? Keep them coming, So, yeah. And then I think that creates two totally different types of comics. That creates two totally different types of scenes, what they value. Like a great example is the show Roast Battle was created out here. And out here, everybody's shooting at everybody. There is no hierarchy. People go into characters. People wear costumes. People, use props, use other people. That show got taken to New York, and it became a joke competition. The judges are in power. If you try to roast the judges, you'll lose the audience, because they're like, that's not the order of things.
Gotcha.
There's a certain order. When, in LA, you can roast the judges, you can roast the hosts, they're going back and forth. So it's just like two totally different mindsets.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, people at home, they don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
They just know what they like and what they don't like.
Right.
Yeah. It's because we were talking about the other day, and Crystal, I don't know if you remember this. When we were in college, they would teach us there was like a difference in a type of actor. So when we were in Stone Street, do you remember Danny G brought his headshot that he had got taken out here?
Oh,
And
yeah.
one of our friends who was from here got a headshot out here, and he had on like a Hawaiian shirt. And he was like looking fun. He had a lot of energy.
Yeah, he's an LA guy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
very.
And so we had this class that was the film and television studio. And so you would bring your headshot in, and they would assess it for you. And basically his feedback was, number one, you should never get a headshot in California if you're going to be working in New York, because you look like a California actor. And a New York actor would not have this type of backdrop. It needs to look more serious, and just like his whole energy was off. And they used to make such a fuss about this thing, which to me is like, in retrospect, is bananas. Because like, what the fuck does it matter? Like, I'm playing characters. Like, who the fuck cares? But it was such an emphasis. Like, that's gonna brand you. And now you act from anywhere. Like it's
Literally. I mean,
Yeah.
we talked
gibberish.
about how in New York, I don't know if you remember the New York type of headshots. I also know for stand-up, it's a good question. Do y'all have headshots for stand-up specifically?
We
Or-
have headshots, but they're more for like promotion.
Okay. So it's probably a whole different look.
Are y'all like
Yeah, like what's the...
on the
I
picture?
mean,
gang.
when you see the headshots from the 80s, they definitely doing stuff like that, or like, slipping on a banana peel and stuff.
Right.
But I feel like now it's just kind of more on the same order of what a acting headshot would be.
Okay. Because what I was going to bring up was in New York, there was an era of the alley, the brick alley headshot, like downtown.
cobblestone.
Yeah, the cobblestone. And that meant you were taking yourself very seriously. You paid good money for that. Like you were a legit actor, right? And then I feel like, I don't know what it is now. I don't even know if, I feel like headshots have definitely evolved. I feel like you could legit just get someone to take a great photo of you, and that's just fine.
I mean, my friend who works in casting, she was like, it's really just supposed to look like you on a good day.
Right.
She was
Yeah.
like, not even your best day. Just on a good day, this is how you will look when you show up.
But also, the iPhone is actually really spectacular. Like, when we were going and spending $1,000 on headshots, we had flip phones or
Yep.
like Blackberries.
That's
and
true.
it was like, there was no way that we could take a decent photo.
Yeah.
But today, come on. Like, why would you need that? You could do that with that phone right there.
Right, right. And also what's dead is I hope, the character photos, because
Oh my
nowadays,
God.
Look,
like,
I'm in Scrubs. I can
Right.
play a
Yo.
doctor.
I'm going to play a teacher. Here's my glasses.
I've never done that. I didn't know about the character.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't never seen them? Like the
No.
cops, the firefighters,
Mm-mm.
the
if you
lawyer.
have the costume, you bring it.
Even
one with
waiter.
wacky glasses.
Yeah.
Like,
the quirky.
you're supposed to take pictures in all the different types you could
Yeah.
play.
Wow.
And that was
Yeah. You'll
lot
have
of
your
money
primary
wasted.
picture on Actors Access, and then you have all these other pictures that you pay $9.99 per photo to upload, and it's all your interesting photos if they want to get more specific.
It was all a scam.
yeah.
That's
Wait,
all
I
money.
don't know. Maybe I'd have more range if I had more costumes at the crib. Maybe that's
Maybe.
what's
I
affecting
mean-
me.
I mean, do you want to act?
I would love to act. I would love to act. I'm working on it. I feel like I was very green earlier, and I always wanted to be an actor, but never put any time in. But I'm starting to like learn about the craft and like really like put in some work. Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on that note, actually, on that question, we're going to transition to a segment that we like to call Bootleg Fabulous, where we give tips and tricks for how you can do things for the low, and oftentimes they're free, like this one. So the question is, when you are multitasking, how do you make sure that everything is getting its proper time? And so for me, I have to actually literally, I have to schedule it out pretty much. Like I have to make sure, write it down. Okay, this week I'm going to spend this amount of time on acting, this amount of time on writing. And I try to be diligent about it. But, sometimes things pop up. Like, okay,
Right.
I have a big audition here. I'm going to focus on this, but that is...
No, I mean, same. Like, I get even more specific. Well, I write daily itineraries, literally from morning to night, like 7 to 8, wake up, meditate, shower.
Yep.
8 to 9, like breakfast or read something or da-da-da. Because, I don't like to do anything that's, work related before 10 o'clock. But by 10 o'clock, it's 10 to 11. We're tackling this. 11, and then I'm lunch, 1 to 2.
Real shit.
No, seriously,
Girl.
gym, 5 to 6.
Yeah.
And then I build in the commute. And I'm very ambitious. Don't think that every day I'm hitting all this shit. And I look at the end of the day, I'm like, but you really thought it was only gonna take you an hour to do this? What are you talking about?
Right.
No. And then whatever I didn't do, I push over to the next day. And
Yeah.
we just keep moving like that.
Girl, you and me alike. I'm curious what your forum is, where you put it. But for me, it's literally my stickies on my laptop. And it's funny because that didn't used to be me. I used to give myself weekly goals. Maybe in my 20s, I was like, okay, we'll try to get these things done at some point in the week. But now the level of multitasking has risen because, You know, that girl capitalism, she waits for nobody. So when money gets involved and a bag gets involved, it's like, okay, I actually have to focus because I have to make sure that at the end of the day, money is coming out of these things.
Exactly. And the thing that pays you the most, if something comes out of nowhere, like we need to do this, rearrange.
Shuffle.
Because that other thing ain't paying me shit. So.
Yeah, so I mean, things have gotten very detailed in the 30s. It has gotten real. So what is your app of choice for that?
No, I use a journal because I like the satisfaction
I write down
of
on
writing.
paper.
Scratch it off. Like I'm like productivity. Yeah.
I do a Sticky's laptop and I put complete with a smiley face when I'm done. That's how we get through. What about you? Do you have a...
I'm learning because I feel like I'm like a slave to things that are scheduled. So like podcasts, a show, you know, a big event. And then I'm kind of losing some of the stuff I want to do that's not scheduled. So I feel like I'm starting to assign times and allocate times to things that aren't necessarily like permanent, you know, like this has to happen this time. I'm making myself feel like that. So I think I'm just getting started with the like scheduling of my days and stuff.
I will say that like when you schedule a way to make time, make sure you don't leave yourself off your own schedule, right? Like time for yourself. So I also will include time in my schedule where it's just like, bitch, whatever. Like, you know, like it'll be like, here's 2 hours of I don't know, like whatever you feel.
Right.
But like make time for that so that you aren't going crazy. So you're not like, fuck, I've realized that there are times where I'm like, oh, I have put myself on a schedule like I am working for myself, which I am. But I was like, oh, there's got to be space on this schedule where I'm not working for myself, where I am just being. And I'm just like, fuck around. So now I have windows where I'm like, whatever. And that has been helpful to me so I don't feel crazy. But yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh no, everything be wrapped in whatever over here.
Right.
Like that's the
It's
problem.
whatever at all
I
times.
gotta contain the whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll throw whatever into everything.
It's in the mix.
Constantly scrolling. I'm in the shade room comments all the time. Like, yeah, no, I'll be with the whatevers. Yeah.
And did I spend like 3 minutes today sitting and looking at a tree? Yeah, I did. I was just so
that's relaxing. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It was really just like paralysis because I was like, I got so much to do that I was just like, I literally, I felt like it was an out of body experience. Like I got out of myself and looked at myself like, bitch, because I was just sitting here like this. Staring out the fucking window at a tree.
I wish someone could be a fly on the wall on your porch, just seeing how you work and live out there.
No, I was looking through my living room, and you know that big tree that's in the window, and they like chopped it like to just nubs like a couple weeks ago, and it's like beautiful now, and I'm like, bitch, you grow fast as shit. How long? You would have thought I was high. I was like, how long? Like, what? Then are you gonna get back to? What is it gonna take you to get back to your full length again? I mean,
And you had all this shit to do.
Yeah,
all
so
this shit
much,
to do. You
so
talking to
much.
the
My
tree.
computer is right here.
Perfect. Good job.
I'm like
Wonderful.
that on shrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the shrooms kick in, then I
Hell yeah.
want to look at a tree and see,
Fantastic.
its story. But
But that's not
that's
whatever.
cool to
though, on
tap that
shrooms.
in
Oh,
sober,
just
though.
sober.
Yeah.
She's pretty good with that. She's pretty good with that. That's been our episode. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been Unglamorous Truths. I'm Chandra. You can find me at Chani.
I'm Crystal. You can find me at _Chris.
I'm Amebet. You can find me at Amebet Bayene.
Rob Hayes, you can find me at Rob Hayes.
And we're Unglamorous Truths. You can find us at Unglamorous Truths. And you can listen to our podcast wherever you find yours. But guess the fuck what? Don't go anywhere because... Okay, and now you play a sound or do something, whatever. Because we're transitioning.
Oh, yeah, it should be up.
Yeah, it's up. All right, we in here? That's right, folks. It's time for another episode of the Inconsistent Podcast. I'm here with the downtown girls of the Unglamorous Truths Podcast.
Yes. Hello. Thank you for
Second
having
half.
us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I normally play a song. I don't know how y'all feel
Do
about
it.
that.
Hey.
We got Zoe, we got Abney, We got Sam. In the building.
Hey, how did he know my life like this?
Wow.
The hell?
I paused for a minute. I was like, wait, what?
It's giving that, what's that guy, Nardward or something?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We have to know.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching. I seen the podcast, and then I was like, oh, what is this? And now, been watching the Downtown Girls.
Oh,
Yeah, throwback. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, welcome on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, of
I'm so
course.
excited.
Of course.
When's the last time somebody called you Abney?
10 years.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
10 years. Oh my God. But also, we chose our names.
Okay.
For the web series when we did our web series, and I picked Abney because it's my grandma's maiden name.
Oh.
And she's a real one, so shout out Granny.
Yeah.
And we all come on, Granny. What's that?
Yeah.
My mom chose Zora.
Yeah.
She liked the name Zora.
I took Sam from this Ethiopian girl that I worked with at Gramercy Park Hotel.
Okay.
I was like, I ain't never met no Habesha girl named Sam.
Okay.
But we gonna run with this.
Yeah. Gonna make it famous. Heck yeah. So, what is y'all favorite color sky?
Sky. Ooh. I like it when it has like when it's pink with streaks of like orange and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very LA because I have never seen that like on the East Coast. But like sunsets like around this time when you go outside, oh my goodness. That pink, whoa.
Yeah.
It's real stunning.
Call it the cotton candy sky. That's
There
what
we
we call
go.
it. Yeah, the cotton
Yeah.
candy.
Okay.
one. Yeah, I like when it's a little purple in there. You know, when it's kind of getting right before like golden hour. So yeah, a little purple.
You know, I feel like people be sleeping on this sky, which is the late night sky, which is when there's a full moon. So
Okay.
actually, 2 days ago it was a full moon,
was
full moon in
beautiful.
Aquarius, and I took a drive last night, and usually the full moon carries over another day. So I was out last night, and it was big.
It was a big moon
It was
last
doing its
night.
thing last night. It really was, and I'd be like, "Yo,
Mm-hmm.
the moon is lit. Like everyone loves the sun. The moon is undershadowed, and I feel like we need to give the moon their props."
That full moon the other day stopped me mid-sentence.
Yes.
I was complaining about something. I said, "Oh shit, hold on."
I did an outdoor show last night, and I was like, "Is that a full moon?" And then somebody thought I was making a Brandy reference. I was like, "No, like
I'm
look,
weak.
look
Oh, my
behind
God.
like
you."
legit.
Yeah, and it was huge.
Yeah, it was. It was a full moon on Sunday. So
What's yours?
What's my favorite color sky? I like a sherbety, like orangey, purpley. Are y'all into the zodiac?
Very much.
Very
Yeah.
much. Okay. Before y'all got to LA, or just like the LA brought the zodiac out of you, or you already?
I was for a minute. I've been
Okay.
down.
Yeah, I
I've
think,
been Zodiac gang for a fucking minute.
forever.
I'm not pressing you. Like, don't think I'm pressing y'all on.
Like, how long you been down?
Well, my question is, are you? Because can you guess our signs?
We're also terrible at guessing.
I'm not like I notice patterns. Like, I'm not knocking it, but I'm very ignorant when it comes to the zodiac.
Okay.
I know my sign.
I'm gonna guess yours.
Okay.
Okay.
Gemini.
That's what I was
Yeah.
guessing too. Yep.
Ah.
Me and Will Miles born the same day.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Amazing.
Mhm.
Oh, that.
Okay, I can see that. That
Yeah,
tracks.
yeah.
That tracks.
Wordplay.
Okay.
Gemini's got the
Will and
wordplay.
Bashir went to the same high school at different times. Me and Diallo went to the same high school at different times.
Wow.
I know they born the same day.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's crazy.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Y'all should assassinate them.
Yeah.
Like, what was that Will Smith movie? The younger him kills the older him.
Gemini Man.
Gemini Man.
we
Come
go.
on.
See?
Look at that.
Thank you.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah. So Gemini. That was good. Okay. That was kind of an easy one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can you guess ours?
I don't even know
Just
what
try
I'm
it.
like, what I'm guessing, you know? Okay, maybe I'm gonna say a Leo.
Oh.
I don't even know what this means. Okay, Chandra, I'm gonna say Cancer. And then Crystal, I'm going to say Sagittarius.
Okay.
I'm really throwing them out. I'm really singing the Beyonce song in my head as I go to make sure I'm saying actual zodiac signs.
That is also how I learned them. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Oh,
So funny.
Yes.
That's
I
that's
did not knock
wild.
you for that.
That's
I
wild.
mean, you were water.
Yeah, I'm a water. Yeah. So
Okay,
that's close.
all right,
So-
water.
So
yeah,
that, I was like,
yeah.
oh, that's
Close enough.
Close
Okay,
enough.
okay.
I can see why you gave that to me. I see it, but water.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
we're
the
maybe not
same.
Scorpios.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, double Scorp gang,
Crystal's
and
a
I'm a
Virgo.
Virgo.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But October, November, I don't know if that makes a difference.
It does.
I mean, birthdays line up, September, October, November.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we the fall
Mm.
gang.
Yeah.
Yes,
We the
Mom.
kids at
and
school that had
we're
to cut
in order
order.
right now.
Okay.
We're in order.
Okay. Okay. Parents around Christmas,
Yeah,
you know,
getting to it.
Yeah, having a happy holiday. Got you.
September is the most popular year of birth. Like,
Month.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the
no, I
world.
just found that out.
yeah,
Yeah.
because people
Yeah.
be having sex during the holiday.
New Year's, babe. New Year's fucking.
Okay. My mom is a Virgo, a September Virgo.
Shout out moms.
And she went to NYU.
Oh, she's a
Yeah,
violet.
yeah. She transferred to SUNY at Stony Brook, but she was a Martin Luther King scholar at NYU.
I wanted to be
I
one
love
so
that.
bad.
Yeah.
I didn't know how those kids got that.
Oh, it's like a secret society.
I was so
Well,
pissed.
I was like, what are we talking about? I wrote a fantastic essay. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
I applied for one at Emory, and I feel like it's way more competitive. My mom went to school like not too far after when MLK. Like she was the first year they did it.
she was like, I know him,
Got you.
so
The way she tells stories from that time is wild. She's like, yeah, some lady came in the hallway at school and was like, hey, come over here. And then I got a scholarship got a full ride to college. And then it was like, what? And then
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, I got on the gymnastics team. I never did gymnastics before, but I was just like, oh yeah, I would like to do that. And I was so nervous doing the balance beam for the first time at a meet. I was
Wait
like,
a minute.
Mom, what?
I'm weak,
That's terrifying.
but very lucky.
Yeah. 60s, totally different time. Yeah, it was wild back then.
So she was in New York in college in the 60s.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
talk to your mom.
Right.
I just feel like that time was wild. Like
yeah.
the West Village, the East Village, the civil rights movement, the people
The
just
riots,
not
stuff
shaking their
on
damn
Mad
tits.
Men. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was wild.
Yeah, I was about to say that must have been lit, but then I remembered it was being black in the '60s, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know if it
But it
was
was
lit.
still kind
And
of
also
lit.
like Harlem.
It was kinda
yeah, like
lit.
Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
that.
It was
that's
lit.
fun.
Like there was so much culture going on. It was civil rights and culture because it was like
Right.
Motown, music, parties, turn-ups. Like, yeah.
Summer of Soul, you know, they were like, yo, we got to tape this. It's popping out here, you know? Yeah. Shout out to my mom.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out Mom, dude.
She'll hear this couple months after it comes out. She's like, I heard my shout out. We had to put my age out there like that, but you know. If y'all could be any animal, what animal
A horse.
would y'all be? A horse? Okay. Like a domesticated horse or a horse just out there?
That's a good question. I probably want to be free,
Okay.
out in the wild with it. You know, I love horses. They're so graceful, but they're so powerful. They're really beautiful. They have beautiful hair, but you know not to fuck with them.
Right.
Yeah, back kick. Yeah, back
They'll
kick.
fuck you up.
Yeah, I know
But they
that's
got
all. I don't like
control.
horses.
Because like a donkey don't have control. They say zebras more in the donkey family. So like a zebra, like they get bucked, you know, for no reason. But like a horse, if they're mad at you, it's because you did something to the horse.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I also think it depends on the environment that you have to be in. I feel like zebras are in a much more predatory environment than a horse. So zebras kind of need to wild out. Like, they need to show
Zebras are
everybody
from the
on the
Bronx.
savannah, like, you know, like, I'm with the shit.
Oh, shit.
I would be an elephant.
Okay.
It's just the superior animal. I mean, very few predators. Also very chill, not trying to fight people, just wanting to, you know, eat vegetation.
Don't forget strong memory.
Strong memories.
Which Chandra
good,
is great at.
Good moms. A little anxious on the mom side, but they're familial. I love them.
They get pregnant for like 2 years though.
That's strong.
What?
Strong.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why they are kind of like anxious moms, because once they finally have the baby, like elephant moms are so paranoid. Like they are constantly like. This is kind of sad, but they'll fuck around and accidentally kill their baby from exhaustion, because every time the baby goes to sleep, they'll keep waking it up like, hey, nope, you got to be alive. Hold on. And then the baby will just like get exhausted and be like, oh, now I got to die. But I would not kill my baby if I was an elephant mom. Most of them are good moms, though. That's it does happen, but it's not normal occurrence.
I would be a bird, and I would be, in particular, a robin. Shout out to my mom. Her name's Robin. And the reason why is because they like to hang out in trees. They don't really do much other than like hang out on branches and sing all day. And they're just like, you know, and then they like talk to each other, and then they can fly away from the bullshit. Like somebody come near me, I'm out. Like and also when I was little as a kid, I had dreams of flying all the time. Like I thought I could fly. I truly did. I really believe I could fly. Usually the dream would start with me at recess, and then out of nowhere I would just start taking off, and then I would fly all over my neighborhood and back to the school, and then I'd land on top of the building and I'd be like, what's up? So like that was my dream as a kid. But
I'm glad you started on the ground.
I did. I always started on the ground.
Yeah.
And I never tried it. I mean, there was one time at recess where I tried to summon the power of my subconscious and make it happen, and it didn't happen. I was like, okay. That's when I realized that's very much a dream. It's cool.
Okay. Did you ever stare at spoons and try to bend them?
No.
No? Okay.
No. But I think when Matilda came out.
With your mind?
Yeah.
Telekinesis they try out. You know, some people try to float, some people try to bend the spoon.
Yeah.
I had an invisible friend.
Huh?
I had an invisible friend.
Oh.
Okay.
You know their name?
No, I don't remember, but I do remember that I forgot to let her in the house, and she put her foot in that door, and that because the door was still open. I was like coming in, and it was like, but I was like, that's not my foot, that's her foot.
Wait, so this is imaginary or ghost?
It was like imaginary. No, she's my friend. I would talk to her. Yeah.
Maybe this is giving ghost.
No.
Okay.
What was her name?
I don't remember. I'm telling you. You know, I have a
there.
terrible memory.
Well,
but
she gonna
I do
visit
have
you tonight.
a memory of coming into the house, and I was like, oh, girl, I know you was coming home with me today. Like,
So she be at other people's houses too. It wasn't your own. You
She's
had
a friend. She's not a relative.
Hilarious.
Oh wow, dang. See, I thought your imaginary friends come over when your friends can't. Like your friends got to be home when the street light comes on.
I didn't know there were rules.
That's when the imaginary friend comes over and can hang out and stuff.
Where's this playbook?
I made my own rules. They you know, everybody don't gotta.
Nobody believes me. My parents didn't believe me. I bet she is sitting right here. Do not sit right here.
A ghost. Yes,
Whatever.
probably. Gonna have in my body later. Take me
I
over.
hope she comes back.
I do too sometimes. I think that's who be in my house when I'm by myself. She be with me. She be kicking it. She be checking on me. She know. You know.
That's good.
I want to be alone, but I want to be with somebody.
Yeah.
Baby. Scorpio.
There we go.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get here? We got
through animals. She flies.
Oh, flying to the invisible. Got it. If you all could live in one time period, what time period? Like any time in history, the future, wherever.
I was thinking about that for some reason while we were doing this. I was like,
Heck
yo.
yeah.
And I was like, but there's really no period in the past. I'm like, unless I want to experience suffering, but I can do that right here. So maybe the year 3000. Like, I want to know what that's about.
The year 3000.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna say the future, because that's, you know, always my hope, always gonna be better than. But I'm like, the way the shits is going right now, I don't know what the future gonna look like. It's getting earth on fire, you know, oceans bubbling. So I don't know about that. So I'm gonna go with the 90s. Music good. That was Clinton era. Everybody had money. Yeah, 90s seems cool. No cell phones. So you could still, for freak niggas in the 90s, I mean, you could still get debaucherous and nobody would know.
Yeah, like,
yeah, so I go 90s.
I think cheating was at its highest probably around that time
sure.
because it's like there's no receipts.
Sure. Oh my God. Because I just saw, what's his name? Meech, little Meech or whatever, got caught cheating on Summer Walker with a Ring camera.
Yeah.
Across the hall. See, I'm like, you can't do shit these days.
Yeah.
He said he was bringing in the groceries, though.
Whose house?
Right.
Whose Ring camera was
That's
this?
what he said.
The
He looked like he
lady
had
across
some
the
Rice
halls.
Krispies, like some rice cakes under his arm or something.
But why you just bringing groceries to a random lady, though? You don't know her?
He said that was his cousin.
That's what they always say.
Come on.
That's the go-to.
Classic.
Which he didn't want to implicate.
He needs to be alone.
That's a song, old song. She's just a cousin of mine. Like an old song from like the 50s about cheating. Where the chick is like, this
can't
dude's
catch
my
a
cousin.
break.
This girl needs to be single for a little bit. She needs to sit down.
I feel so
But,
sorry.
Yeah. But,
Also,
you know.
we get on one TV show. Okay.
Yeah. I would say,
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
I think I found the song, but I don't know.
Oh.
Yes.
This is crazy.
Julie Brown.
Judy Brown
This is
put
it.
her full name in there.
What song is this?
My mom used to sing it. See? Jeremiah lately got here.
Man.
Ooh.
I'm surprised. Watch this live.
Like a dunce.
Like a dunce.
Oh, so she was cheating on him.
Yes.
That's not usually how we okay. You was cheating.
Well, I like
Wow.
that thing you did, huh? That's good.
Okay.
A cousin of mine, Sam Cook.
Since the beginning of time. It's a cousin of mine.
I thought it was gonna be a toxic anthem, and then of course it's like, it's this woman's fault. This woman's lying on her cousin. That's how older music is. A lot of it's like, yo, mess around Sally. Like, no, you didn't have any juice. You couldn't keep Sally. You know?
Period.
But Sam Cooke did. He had
Sam
some juice.
Cooke's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best. Fucking love Sam Cooke.
Krista wants to get her Kindred on.
No, I don't, bitch. I want to go back to slavery.
Yo.
Bitch, no.
What?
I do not want to be Sally Hemings, motherfucker. Okay, no. No, I'm terrified. No, I would actually probably say, I usually would go with the 60s.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's fire, and I would hang out with your mom probably. We'd be best friends. But today, I'm going to say the 20s.
Okay.
And just get
Right
totally
now.
Harlem Renaissance with it. Yeah.
Oh, that 20s, the 1920s.
Oh, hell no, not the 2020s. No, I want to escape. Get out of here. No. The 1920s. I'd be
Okay.
in Harlem.
Okay.
Maybe I have a gangster boo. He run the clubs. I get to
Okay.
wear shimmery gold and
With the
tassel
bananas.
on your titties. Okay. And I just get to be carefree and I get to sit down. I don't have to work no more.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
But then when you leave the club, you got to be in the 20s.
Yeah, that's why I just stay in the club.
Okay, you
Okay,
just stay
yeah.
in
I
the
live there.
Ray Ray's Boomer
I live
room.
there.
I got you.
Exactly.
I think if I could go to any era, and people who really know me know this, they know I would be a young adult in the New Jack Swing, like sweating in the club, Running Man,
Okay.
yeah, High Top Fade, Roger Rabbit, Cabbage Patch. That's what I would be.
Yeah.
So like
into,
80s,
yeah.
like late 80s.
Like late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s, but
Gotcha.
also that's when I'm the most agile and flexible so that I can do all the moves properly.
Yes.
Like I'd be so mad if tomorrow it was just like, the Running Man's back, and it's like, nah, like,
I don't got it.
I don't got the Running Man body no more. Like I need that to come out when I was 18, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about this the other day, like TikTok dances, right? I feel like
Yeah.
the kids would not know what to do with the way house parties actually went down. Because these TikTok dances be easy. They be like,
Yeah.
And like people really had to dance at those house parties back in the day, like our parents and shit. Like they would be at home
I was gonna say quite them
practicing.
because the chicken head is not a
no.
grand feat.
No, but certain dances.
I mean, if you roll it right,
because also people had
real quick.
Yes. Okay, because people had time on their hands. That was how you played with like, let me get this dance right because I'm gonna show off at the next party. You were not on your phone all day watching people do dumb dances. You were at home practicing so you and your crew could roll up.
I mean, they still do that with the TikTok dances.
Yeah, but I think it's more fun when there's like you have what's the word? Anticipation.
Yeah.
Like you have something to prepare for. Like you like we gonna really get this together.
Yeah.
And we about to explode.
Yeah.
And people don't know what they're about to get.
Yeah.
But
Plus now with all these TikTok songs, you go out and you'll hear a song and nobody knows it till that one part.
Yeah.
And sometimes the song is good and it's like, all right, no, everybody's looking around and then that part comes on and they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. The stank face now of TikTok. Everyone is
yeah.
all that
I
all
know.
the time. Like,
Yeah.
geez.
Yeah, that used to be reserved for really fucking it up. You don't do it the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't like when they like flashing weapons and stuff to like guy. Like there was that like I like challenge and like people was like loading up the clip and shooting and stuff. It's like, who made this connection?
That's not what that song's about. That's not the energy.
I saw this cool video. It was a guy, he had a sign, and then a girl walked up and put the headphones on, and then the headphones was like, I need you to kill it. Like, I need you to really show them, rock your hips, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. And then he started playing the music, and she
And she
started
went
doing
that.
she went in. It was crazy.
She went crazy.
Yeah.
She went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great way for him to promote his work.
Right. Because I was like, oh, this his song. Oh, he's him. Oh, man. I love that.
Right, because I don't be knowing who these people are. Like,
But shout out to the creators out there,
100%.
Got to get it how you live, you know what I mean?
Very clever.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something to ask y'all that y'all wouldn't ask each other, because I'm a real big fan of the podcast. I really feel like y'all hit on some things in entertainment that we don't always get to see, and like y'all. I wish that when I was going through some of the stuff that I was going through, there was a podcast like y'all's where I could like listen and be like, oh, okay, like this is part of it. It gets better when when I'm on the way to that desk. I was like, oh yeah, I wish that I could. Yeah, because everything, at that time it felt like everything was like success, like I don't know, I just did it and now I'm here, And so it's cool to see and hear what y'all do. What got y'all into podcasting?
It was really out a space of like wanting to take back our voice and take back our agency, because we've been caught up in like the development game for so many years. You know how that works.
Yeah.
And it's like we have so much to say that's kind of being held behind a barrier of studios and networks. And we aren't able to kind of yet cross that line and reach the people.
yeah.
So we're like, okay, well, a podcast. That is something that we could do. Like, we don't have the budget to do a sitcom on our own, but we could do a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like and it's something that we could get it out. It won't just sit on somebody's desk,
Yeah.
Like we could get to the people.
Yeah. And I think that's a really crucial element about being an artist, where it's not just about, being creative and doing the work. The final step is releasing it.
Yeah.
And not having that release kind of felt like blue balls a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to get this off.
Yeah.
Like a long blue balls.
That and my family thinking I'm a liar. They're like, he's saying he sold the show. Okay, we
Where's that?
I haven't seen it.
Facts.
Turning the channels every day. I I ain't seen it. Now you say he right on a dance show. Sure, okay. Here, take this money. Get yourself some help. You know, like we worried about you. You know,
Real
like, no, I'm
job.
good. I'm good.
That's one thing. That's one of the part of the process I feel like people don't know about, which is like that when you get a pilot sold, like we didn't quite know when we first went, like just how much you can get a pilot sold and not necessarily make a series. You know, like people don't know that. Strangers certainly don't know what the hell you talking about.
Right.
My grandma's just like, look, are you on Young and the Restless or not? Like she just wants me on a soap opera. That is the only certified success is her stories, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
but
they mostly gone.
yeah,
But yeah.
it's weird.
Oh, see, I'm
Yeah.
lucky because my mother watches YouTube. So now that I come on her
you're
YouTube,
famous.
this is the like. I don't know if I'll ever surpass this for her. Not she's like, you in a movie with Tom Cruise? Okay, when you gonna be back on YouTube? No.
Amebet's mom
That's
gave us
fire.
the littest like outro to use. Like she knows all the ways, the little tags and things
She
to say.
loves YouTube, so
Yeah.
she
Okay.
knows to like subscribe to my channel, drop a like and a comment, and she has a really thick Ethiopian accent, so it's like really funny.
Oh,
I
that's great.
play it for you. It's really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. No, my grandmother, she's in her 90s. She's 94, and she'll like if she sees a YouTube video, she'll be like, "I saw you." But it wasn't TV, but it was something else, you know. But then they show her everything that I do and stuff. But but every day I talk to her, she'll be like, "I'm watching TV again. I haven't seen you on there. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you."
Right.
So earnestly
Right.
too.
Yeah,
Like that's not how that works.
I'm like, I'm trying.
Well, because then you also have the whole barrier of the streaming services, right? Like sometimes you have older family members, like they're not really,
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not getting all these things.
They're like Tubi.
yeah, like are you coming on just the TV, like the regular situations? No.
They'll be like, "Do I have that?" I'm like, I'll give you my password. Just,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all getting into podcasting. What's your favorite thing about podcasting? What I think going in, did you have one expectation? Like what do y'all expect now that y'all been doing it for a minute?
Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I think that's why it took so long, because it's like I don't even have like as a like my producer brain. I'm like I don't even see the steps to this because I've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I would talk to somebody about it, it's like, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. And I'm like, okay, but like how? Like first of all, what is a realistic budget? Like what are we actually talking about? Like the editing, how long does that take? The assets, like what are the various different assets required? Thumbnail, covers, like social clips.
Yeah.
Oh, YouTube can only do 60-second shorts. Like I'm learning shit on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think probably the thing that surprised me most is like sometimes I get that feeling of like when you were drunk at a party and the next day you worried about what you said.
Yeah,
Like, I'll
vulnerability
get that.
hangover.
Yes, vulnerability
Yeah.
hangover. Thank you.
Brene Brown, shout out.
Oh, she's so good. So yeah, like I definitely get that, and I didn't expect that. And like, even though we're editing, like I could edit out whatever, but it's like also, it's like I'm not trying to put out something sterile, like I'm trying to be vulnerable, but it's also like, that's like a thing for me. So I didn't expect that, but yeah.
I would say I am surprised that I am having fun. Yeah, I feel like that was part of the reason why, like, there was, like, I can admit I probably had some resistance around it. Like, I was like, it's an idea theoretically, but how would it feel? And, like, I love shooting it. I love, like, being in the studio with y'all and just, like, catching up in our kickoff questions. It actually just, like, to me, it's almost like a little bit of, like, playtime meets meditation. Like, when we have our kickoff questions and we ask, like, I'm like, oh, slow down and be present. Like, where are you at today? Now, do I love the post? Not all the time, because we editing over here.
Okay.
Baby. Yeah.
All right.
And, that can get gruesome. Or that's not the right word. You know what I'm trying to say.
But it's
grueling.
it's time
Grueling,
consuming.
thank
Grueling.
you.
Yeah, it's time consuming.
Yeah,
for
it's time
sure.
consuming, but also I think we're doing it right in a lot of ways. Like, shout out to Meb, she's an MVP because she brought on a really fantastic producer to help us, like, make the podcast flow a little bit better because, we're working women. We got a mom with us, among us. And it does help to have a team. It does help to have support. And she, helps us. So shout out to Taj.
Yes.
You real one, you. It makes me breathe and sleep easier at night.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
Are y'all are a writing trio? So y'all written stuff with the three of y'all?
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? Like, are y'all in the same room? Are y'all in a dock together? Are y'all on a three-way phone? Y'all on a,
all
All
of
of that.
the above.
All of that.
All
Yeah.
of
All of
that.
that.
Everything you
Had
just
seasons
said.
What's
for all of it.
available?
Okay.
Yeah, because we had periods of time where Mebane and I were out here. She was in Germany, and we had to make it work.
Yeah.
Time wise, and then she was in New York, and we were out here, and so we were, always on. At that time, was it Google? What was Google?
Google Docs.
Google Hangout.
Oh, Google Hangouts.
Google Hangouts.
Was
See, before
Okay.
Zoom, it was Google Hangouts.
Yes.
So we would go
Okay.
Google
Yes.
Hangouts.
Okay.
But yeah, we always are in shared docs. We have so many docs now; it's ridiculous. We're trying to. Because we had damn near 10 years worth of docs at this point. So we're trying to go ahead and expunge some of them motherfuckers. It's too many. But yeah, over the phone, just however we could get it.
Yeah.
It's one preferred or one preferred for different parts of the process.
Yeah.
I think as time has progressed, yes, because in the beginning there was more flexibility to be in the same room,
Mm-hmm.
but now that people have children, different jobs and obligations, and in different cities, delegating I think is the best. Where we're
Yeah.
oh, you tackle this, I tackle this, and you tackle that, and then on this day next week we're gonna put it all together.
Yeah, and I do feel like breaking story and punch up requires you to be in the same room. Especially punch up. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Jokes require such a feeding energy. It's already hard enough to do punch up when it's just three of us.
Right.
When punch up is best is everybody.
Yeah.
So many energies.
It's a yes and process, and so is ideating when you're breaking story.
Right.
And we love to, our ritual lately has been if there's a new project on deck, we'll make a little retreat out of it. And we will be in the same room together and make it fun. People bring different activities to do and
But
Yeah, we'll go
retreat,
foraging.
we'll either go to Joshua Tree, or if it's in LA, we'll stay in the same house.
Okay.
It's like a sleepover
Yeah.
time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Super
Dope.
fun.
I guess with that, when y'all were in different time zones, how did that work with the different energies of, I don't know, what's the time difference between here and Germany?
I don't know.
I think it's 8 hours.
Yeah, maybe 9. I think it's 9.
Depending
It
on
was a lot.
But I don't feel like we were on video very much when I was in
we
Germany.
weren't writing. We didn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't official. We hadn't
Got
sold
you,
any
got
pilots.
you.
It was
Yeah,
when
we
were
weren't
doing
in
sketches
full-time
and
writing.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
'Cause
by
that was-
the time we kind of
We kind of
got
delegated.
into-
Yeah, I did some sketches there.
In
You guys
Germany.
did some here.
Yeah.
It was a lot of just figuring that out.
yeah. But
and
by
then-
the time we started selling pilots, we were all here.
yeah.
Yeah, New York.
Have y'all ever applied as a trio or been approached to be in a room as a, with the three of y'all?
We tried.
We have tried.
Because
Right.
I've seen on applications, hey, if you have a duo, put their information down, but no one's hey, duo or group.
Yeah.
You
Right,
know,
right.
yeah.
We were
Yeah.
trying to be the unicorn to crack that code.
Mhm.
Instead, I feel like people have looked at us like a 3-headed monster. And they're
Yeah.
like, we don't know
Yeah.
what
The
to do
trio
with
situation
y'all.
was
Yeah.
really, really hard.
Yeah.
It was-
Yeah.
We found
Yeah.
no
success
success
there. So it was all right. Yeah.
It was it was freaking people out. Why is
They're
it
like-
3?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, it's fire that y'all have figured out how to work together and do that, for an extended period. I imagine there's some people that are well, now if I hire all 3 of them, we're gonna get outvoted. If there's ever,
Maybe.
if they're just signing up to outvote us,
Interesting.
They worry.
Yeah.
I still don't know what the
I mean,
what
because
it
we
is.
heard different things, right?
Yeah.
Like we heard some things like about the monetary situation, because when you're in a duo, you
You
split
split.
the amount. You
Get
get
outta
paid each
here.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get paid separately.
Nah.
Dang.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
get separate lunches. I worked with some duos. I didn't realize
know
they
they-
was splitting
they
their
split.
check.
I'm pretty sure they split in their check.
That's crazy.
And so
They splitting their scripts and their checks. They only writing half and half.
Yeah, I splitting the
Yeah.
script. That is true.
yeah. And so, we had some people be like, well, it'd be unethical to split y'all pay 3 ways. And even though we were like, we'll take it. Like,
Right. You don't understand. $5,000 a week is more than when we were waitresses was like that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we could fucking split that.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Easy.
But, didn't want that. And then also it was like, just the physicalness is there's too many bodies in the room. Like,
Yeah.
especially with rooms going like smaller and smaller, we definitely put back. It's just y'all taking up already so much space physically in the room. Like, what we gonna then only be able to hire one other person and
Yeah.
so I don't know.
It's been a journey, but I will say that like we have discovered, our strengths, which is like our voice together. We're creators. Like, and who knows? Maybe one day things will open up in a way we don't imagine. But right now, it's like creating our own concepts and selling them is how we fucking go. That's like where we beast, And like we've sold. You know what I'm saying? We sold.
Hey,
You know, 3, 4, pilots, period, and a feature. So like we're out here, and I think if you like that sound effect, yeah. So like I think knowing your strengths and knowing like okay, if something's working for you, don't undermine yourself. Like do the thing that's working for sure. Maybe add some to it, but back to what we had said a minute ago. When you're a multi-hyphenate, sometimes you want one part of the hyphen more than the other, but
Or
but also
sometimes
embrace
one
it.
part of the hyphen pay more than the other.
That's true. That's
be
true.
more consistent.
Do y'all believe in any other universes?
That's so interesting that you say that because I was really sitting with myself about how much I didn't give a fuck about all this UFO talk going on right now. I'm like, these motherfuckers are not paying my bills. I do not care at all.
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
But I feel like once upon a time I would really get into it. Like, ooh, let me see. I don't care. I don't.
I really feel like conspiracy, Chris. I really feel like that timing is very interesting. Like, why now? Guys, there been aliens. Okay, let's be honest. There's been aliens. But like, y'all will wait. The government is okay with coming out in a public hearing now saying,
Right.
oh yeah, there's aliens. So you been knew this, but you choose now to release this. Are you doing this so people like
To distract us.
to keep our minds off of the fact that we're burning and like it's hard out here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they got no aliens, but I do believe in other universes. I think it's the more fun thing to believe in. So
Okay.
I choose it. But I don't think they got no aliens.
You don't think
I
they
think
got
it's
aliens?
aliens, but I don't think it's aliens like they say show it.
But I don't think they have them in some secret base because I don't know. I just feel like
Bring them out.
Bring them out. Like,
Bring 'em
are they
out.
eligible bachelors? Like,
Come on, into the galactic wedding. Yes.
you want them on your Raya.
but at this point,
I got an individual friend I could, an invisible friend that I could hook you up with. You know what I'm saying?
they all of them are invisible. So
Anything that y'all want to promote outside of course, the podcast or the podcast? Your
man, we
personal
striking.
Can
We can't
you?
talk
All
about
right,
nothing.
yeah.
Can
Tell the
you?
people anything you want to tell the people.
I mean, check us out. Unglamorous Truths. We've been doing this now for a little while, and you can find us. I always fuck this phrase up, so I'm gonna let y'all say it.
We are at Unglamorous Truths on all platforms, and you can stream our podcast wherever you find yours.
Yeah.
Tap in, pull up, have a seat,
Yeah.
kiki with your girls,
Or stand at your standing desk if you're that type of person.
Okay.
Anybody.
They never get a shout out. No one ever shouts out this standing desk.
But so
No.
many people have them though.
No.
Yeah.
If you got a standing desk, put it on the Discord. Shout out to y'all.
And extra points if you got a little treadmill underneath that joint and you walk.
Okay.
People doing that too.
Okay.
You got to get it where you can.
And if you dangling a snack in front of that treadmill behind the desk to motivate you to walk, shout out to y'all for that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. This has been the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze. Make sure that y'all, if y'all want to, get the uncut, the real, go on the Patreon, sign up for the Discord. We still sharing Sky Pics on there. And if you're in Atlanta, August 11th, I'm shooting a special at the Earl. Make sure y'all come to that.
Yeah.
I love the sound effect.
Back shows, Atlanta to Toronto?
Yeah. It's nuts.